Welcome back to Be For Real. As you can tell, this is a full panel. We're all close like family right now. So we are back. I'm your host, Brian, and with me I have the usual, Caden, and two new faces, new panelists on the show, Michael and Chris. Chris is finally from behind the camera. We're so excited to have him on. But welcome, guys. Welcome to Be For Real. And we're going to start off with our favorite topic, which Caden's already getting started on. Let's be real. So, Caden, what do you have to start us off?
Shohei Ohtani is the most remarkable athlete in the history of American sports. So, I don't know if y'all follow baseball. You said you didn't really. You said you do. Brian, of course, does. I, of course, do. Let me tell you what Ohtani did this past week, okay? In the ALCS, that's to go to the World Series, in Game 4 against the Brewers, Shohei Ohtani pitched 6 innings. He struck out 10 batters and hit 3 home runs. He pitched and he hit, okay? No one's ever had a game like that before in history. He had, top of the first inning, he struck out 3 batters and then hit a leadoff home run in the bottom of the first inning. It's the most incredible thing I've ever seen, and I had trouble figuring out the exact narrative or word to use for it. He's not the greatest athlete. He's not the most dominant athlete. He didn't have the pedigree, the legacy, or the wins, or honestly just the athleticism to have that title. But the one year he didn't get to pitch, he stole 50 bases and stuff. He's a home run hitter. He's like as good of a contact hitter as Ichiro Suzuki, as good of a home run hitter as Aaron Judge. He steals bases like Ronald Acuna, and he pitches like someone who is a really good pitcher. And so he's the most remarkable athlete I've ever seen. It's like Jokic in a sport where it's harder to be Jokic. It's absolutely incredible. And yeah, that's my hot take. And I honestly, if you were to rank how much I believe the takes I've given you in the past, the cannibalism probably is towards the bottom and stuff. And then like the ones on how fantasy football commissioner is hard is at the top. This one, I truly believe this. I think it's the most remarkable athlete I've ever seen, and I think of all time.
Well, I'm going to piggyback on that because I do like that take. I feel like it's not that hot, and maybe it's just because in the moment right now that everyone's thinking, man, who else can do this in the world? But then you got to think of some of the players like Deion Sanders. Like Deion Sanders was essentially the Ohtani of the NFL until you're looking at there and you're like, man, he also was able to do 2 ways, arguably 3 ways, in such a physically demanding sport like football. So there are some arguments, but I think right now just riding the recency wave, I like that take. I like it a lot. I really do think it's gonna be like a generational battle of who was better, and it's like Ohtani versus Deion Sanders, who was the better generational athlete. Because then you also got to think Bo Jackson's there, because he did 2 sports. So to me, I don't know. I think for me the take still sits with Bo Jackson. I think Bo Jackson's the best athlete ever created. But I would say best baseball player, I agree, is Ohtani.
I guess I would say Bo Jackson might be more athletic than Ohtani, but I would say what Ohtani's doing is more remarkable than anything that
the accomplishments.
Anything that Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan, LeBron James,
Whoa.
Tom Brady did.
I think we'll take a step back there. I mean, we got to give Michael Jordan and Muhammad Ali their dues. Yes, Ohtani's going out there and slugging ones and striking them out. But right here, we're focusing on him and him only. The Dodgers are around him, or what's picking him up, from Mookie Betts to Freddie Freeman to just all the Dodgers coming in and slugging one out for him. Now, do I think they're going to beat the Jays? I really hope not, but I think together, I think they'll be able to put up a couple of wins. But I do agree that Shohei Ohtani has shown some really good stats, both in the ALCS and over his career, but I would agree that some athletes do deserve more respect than others, including that of Michael Jordan or Muhammad Ali. Maybe Michael Jordan more than Muhammad Ali.
I think the biggest change that I would say to what you had is look at the length of how long they've done it. How long? I don't really follow baseball, as I've said. How long has Ohtani done this for?
I mean, it's been, he was in Japan for a couple of years and stuff, but he's done this for about 4 or 5 years.
Right.
4 or 5 years.
Under the bright lights for about a year or 2.
4 or 5 years, and it's in the MLB. Look at some of the other players like Tiger Woods, who,
That's a good example.
Tiger Woods went for a long period of time. He has records that will never even be close to be touched. While Ohtani might be close to touching records, I think that someone like Tiger Woods deserves a lot of credit for the length of the career that he did it. And even once I thought his career was over, he'd come back in 2019 to win the Masters. So I think it's a big...
283 weeks as the number 1 golfer in the world, and the second highest was, I believe...
less than 200.
It was 124. I don't remember who it was. It is literally 160.
Like Scotty Scheffler?
Scotty Scheffler, yep. Yeah, 160-week difference is insane.
I really agree with that. It's all about a timeline for sure, Otani. If
Joey
he could put
Chestnut,
it,
that's
if he could put it together for a large period amount of time, like for the next 5 years, I'd say that he's probably one of the best baseball players of all time. But he's got to put it together, and if he comes out and be inconsistent in a year or two after, then I'd say it might be lightning in a bottle for him. But I do want to give Otani his respect, and I do believe he'll do great things here coming the World Series.
I respect that. Ravens, Orioles, and Wizards fan, would you like to go ahead with your take? Started.
I will, because I think you saw my board. So it was going to be a connection. Usually we try to stay away from the sports takes, but I feel like this hot take is so good because so many people argue about it that I'm going to say it. I think I would much rather be a fan of a bad team than a fan of a good team. And now let me explain that real quick. Now, I'm not saying I'd rather watch a game lose, even though I am excited to watch the Wizards. I would not want to be a fan of a team that just watch them lose 100 games. But I would say this. If the perfect example for me right now is the Titans or Jets, if you want to, versus the Ravens. If my team was like the Jets, where they had no expectations, or the Titans, where they had no expectations because their team just purely was not skilled enough to win games. I'm looking at Grant in the back. Our Titans fan in-house. Yeah, he's nodding.
Tony Pollard today. Trayvon Henderson, he played 6 snaps last week.
Yeah. We had like some really random trade because we both just hate the players
We'll both
right
be
now.
cut next week.
It's not going to be bad. But what I would say is, going back to my take, I would much rather be a fan of a team that doesn't have high expectations than a fan of a team that has high expectations that don't meet it. I've had it so many times in the last few years that the Ravens have been Super Bowl favorites, Super Bowl favorites, Super Bowl favorites. Every year they fall short, whether it's divisional round, whether it's first round knockout. Usually it's a divisional round because that's just where our home is, where we lose. But this year specifically had really opened my eyes to I would much rather be in the spot of like my fellow one-win team fan over there in Grant with the Titans. Yeah, it's really sad. But I would much rather be a fan of a team that has no expectations and is supposed to only win 4 games than a team that's supposed to be a Super Bowl contender and now might not even make the playoffs. I just think that is a better fan because it's just better. I would rather be that way.
I kind of respect that opinion. I mean, we've seen in college football how the coaching carousel has already started and coaches are leaving, and now teams have nearly fallen apart. Take Penn State going from number 2 national championship favorite to now just a bottom feeder in the Big Ten. But then you look at Oklahoma State. Unfortunately, God bless him, Mike Gundy got fired. But now you got people getting $10 to wave their shirts around all
the banana conga line.
And then they got the conga line against it was Cincinnati this weekend. But I truly respect that take because like people like the fan bases will come together, rally around, no matter how terrible the team may be, they're always there for them. And now I would say the only argument I'd have for that good team is if you are very faithful to that team, and if you put the time and the hours, then it's good. That time and effort, even though it might be wasted at the end of that divisional round. Or maybe first round a playoff kick out. But those memories are priceless, man.
I'm going to say that maybe not fan of an always bad team. Like, I respect the ones that are always have a bad team because they're just loyal to the team. Doesn't matter if they're not bandwagon. But I think it's more fun to be a fan of a team that has high years and low years. Mm-hmm. Not just always bad or always good. That way you don't know what you're expecting at the year. Like, look at someone like Alabama. They're always expecting to win, so they're actually more upset when they lose and they don't really feel it if they win. Grant.
Getting a lot of shots in this right now. He's getting a lot of shots back there.
Someone
it sucks
that
to be Grant.
and then Clemson's kind of like that in the recent years.
Yes.
But maybe someone like our parents or someone like that who's been a fan of Clemson at their low years, they feel it a lot better or feel it a lot more when it's back to the really good 2015 to 2020 years, and then it goes back down and back up. I think that those are the fans that I really think have the best. Because they have the high years, they have the low years, and as long as they stick with their team the entire time, those are the best fans to be.
That's a good point about parents. My parents are huge on that with Clemson because they went to Clemson 98 to 02, and their parents went to Clemson. Like, it's huge legacy and stuff there. And they've said to me for a while, like, they love Dabo as a coach. They think the vibes are great. And if we just regress with this new NIL era to a 7-5 or 8-4 team, and Dabo stays our coach, they want him to stay for 10 more years and stuff, and it'll just be that program. And like, pessimistically respect that because I don't know if a new coach is going to make us like a national champion contender again and stuff. But that's a surprising take I haven't heard that I feel like only comes from people that followed Clemson before Dabo came in. And so I agree. I would say that just in general, happiness is expectation minus reality. And so what you go into entering this season is going to drive how you feel about this season. And if you're a fan of I'm a Falcons fan right now, and I would say I'm probably having more fun right now than a lot of teams with better records than me because of my expectations going in. Because just the fact that I don't know, and the second I say he's good, he's going to suck. So I don't know. Yeah. But I think that I have hope that we might have a franchise quarterback and stuff, which I haven't had that hope since Matt Ryan about 4 or 5 years ago. And we're a 500 team. I have hope that we could get that 7 seed. And I just that is so exciting, and I'm just so excited to watch football. And I feel like I've paid my dues for 7 years or however long it's been, to where I feel like I do appreciate it more than than the Houston Texans maybe this year, or even a team that's been good. Even the Denver Broncos, I think have pretty bad vibes right now. Just a team that's been good consistently, has that history. I think that it feels better to be a bad team on the come up for sure.
Correct, and so that's where I do like that, because I know the formula you use, happiness equals expectation minus reality, is exactly how I feel, because I have, for anyone that might comment, because we have so many that comment, a lot of engagement. I am a purebred Ravens fan, born in Maryland, bleed the purple and black. There is no year. I was through the years when we were 8-8, and we were practically the Steelers of the 2020s, but we were back in the 2010s because we would just always either finish 500 or lower or just around 500. I have always been through the low years. I've been through the low years for a while, ever since I was born, and I was lucky enough to see my team win a championship. But I think just coming in every year for the last now 3 years, and having that expectation of you'll be carrying the Lombardi Trophy, or you have the best roster, so you have the best chance of winning, and then failing to succeed. If it's failing in the divisional round, you get over it. You're like, we have next year. We always have next year. And you never really realize the window's closing, but it's just how quickly this window got shut this year. Now, this is not saying it's not shut for the future. It's just shut specifically for this season, just shut on this year. How quickly it was slammed just makes me wish that I would rather came into the season having expectations to maybe win a division, and I would have probably felt better as a fan. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next. We have 2 more. Chris or Michael, who has a hot take?
All right, I think I'm ready to go. I appreciate the sports side. I was really worried when you said we'll try to stay away from it, but I think we'll go to the movie side of things. I think that we'll either go either one. I think we'll probably answer both. But I'm here to say that Return of the Jedi is better than Revenge of the Sith, as well as the main is better than the prequels. Your thoughts, guys?
Never seen a Star Wars movie.
I haven't really watched them either.
Ooh, Brian, have you seen Star Wars?
I agree with that take.
Okay, cool. Y'all are the experts.
I like the first 3. Mm-hmm. Now, you guys said you've never seen it, right?
Never seen it.
So essentially, Star Wars is split into basically about 3 trilogies, and they're probably trying to add more, which is so ridiculous.
I saw the one with Rey in the movie theater.
Yeah.
That first one.
That's the worst one by far.
2017.
That's the worst.
That's my introduction.
The Force Awakens.
Yeah, that's the worst one by far, because they threw everything off and they threw some other stuff off. But I would say that the main ones are so much better because it is a true, just true throughout story. It had a nice little build up in the back where it's like, you got some background information, but you didn't need to know everything. You didn't need to see it to understand it. You just kind of it was explained through the series. It was explained through the trilogy. But then the prequels, which got a lot of heat, which I think it was given a lot of heat for a reasonable explanation, but I don't think it should have been given that much heat.
Actors and slow.
Exactly. They started saying the actors were awful, and I'm like, I don't think it's the actors. I think it's the writing that screwed it up. But I would say that Return of the Jedi and that whole first... Revenge of the Sith, which I do like, but I think...
It's the prequel one, right?
It's the prequel one. It's the 3rd movie that goes before it.
It's the one with...
on the lava planet, or on the fire planet, yeah.
With
yes.
Obi-Wan and Anakin duel it out.
Duel it out, he loses all of his arms.
They dropped the 4th, 5th, 6th, 1, 2, 3, 79.
That was from 78 to 81, and then they released it from 99 to...
2002?
2000.
I think.
We'll go with that.
No. Would that make sense for 3 movies? 2003? It was early 2000s.
I only know that The Phantom Menace was in 99. I know that in 78 was New Hope, and then 81 for sure. No, it might have been 83. No.
It was within about a 3 to probably 5 year, 3 to 5 year range.
Each set of movies was.
But it's just it felt more authentic, and the prequels now get a lot more love for it, and so does
which I can understand. I mean,
Yeah.
Which, because I mean, the brotherly bond that every guy in the family, brothers alike want between Anakin and Obi-Wan is amazing. It's just I just feel like the main storyline with Luke Skywalker facing his fears and learning the Force. That's the basics, and the amazing and a very psychological fight between Vader and Luke really brings it home. And honestly, those three movies could set it for me. Now, don't get me wrong, the prequels really help with background and more fighting and of course more CGI, but it didn't take away from the overall story. And the 6 could have been gone, but unfortunately Disney wants the money. But
I feel like the original trilogy, that 4 through 6, really, it felt authentic because they weren't chasing money. Like, even when 5 and 6 came out, they weren't chasing money. 1 through 3 was mainly there because of the hype that 4 through 6 got. And not saying that it's not good. 1 through 3 is obviously got a lot more respect, and it does help with the story. It kind of feeds it in. But you could tell that they really just made it in order to capitalize on such a home run hit of movie series, movie trilogies.
All right, I think we'll try to broaden it here. Do you think movies have gotten worse over time, or do you think? I mean, I don't think that.
This was like the first Beef Real Hot Take that I was on. You keep going though.
Maybe.
Yeah, it was movies. It was too commercialized and stuff. Too much ad placement.
Well, that's ad placement. He's talking
No, I
about.
was talking about Coke ad during theirs.
Have movies gotten
That's
worse
funny.
over the years?
In general.
As like, have ideas gone bland, or do you think they're just trying to find something that'll be?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's what they did. I mean, that's what George Lucas did. Is like he found an idea with Star Wars. I mean, heck, he didn't think he was going to work it on a beach. He came up with. George Lucas and Steven Spielberg came up with Indiana Jones. That came up to be a hit, thank goodness. But I just don't see.
I'm on this. I'm passionate about this.
Yeah, and there's a cool fact that I just want to throw in there about, I believe it was A New Hope. The scenes where it shows like the huge, if you ever see it, it's a huge like when the ships come in and it's like a bunch of stormtroopers. That was painted by hand. So this isn't CGI. It's not like other stuff. It was painted by, which is like insane to me to think about. But anyway, go ahead. It's off topic.
I think
I'm sorry.
on the topic, have movies gotten
absolutely.
worse? I think the movie experience has gotten worse for a casual enjoyer of movies, but it has gotten better for people that are truly entrenched in the world of cinema. So I think that like back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, there were so many less outlets, and it's not network studios that would create these big feature films and these major movies and stuff. Just good pieces of cinema because there wasn't enough technology or anything like that at the time, so everyone would see the same like 10 movies every year and stuff. And so it would break box office records. They were more original ideas and they were better. If you're someone who just wants to see the big thing that everyone saw at the movie theater, it is so much worse now. It's way too many live action remakes if you want to go to Disney, with Disney's sequels, or remakes of old things, or just cash grabs of old ideas. But I think if you are a true lover of movies, then I think that the movie market has saturated itself so intensely, which just means that you have to be more of an expert to find the right movies and find good movies. But I think that every year, if in the 70s and 80s there might have been 4 amazing movies everyone saw every year, now there might be a dozen great movies every year. It's just way harder to find them. That's what I would say.
The peak is definitely, I think, past us right now. CGI was so much better in like 2010 to like 2017.
From Pirates of the Caribbean to Avatar is just a lot better than.
Avatar is the most culturally impactful thing that I feel like no one really talks about a ton.
I mean, I haven't watched it myself, but I do respect it for all the floating islands and blue.
Number one box office success of all time, I think, right?
Yeah, very close to it. If not, it's like top 3 at least.
Maybe like $1 billion.
I'm not gonna say CGI overall is gonna work. I think certain CGI companies have been trying to cheapskate their way out of
cut corners.
And I think it's also a matter of fan bases, like Marvel, for example, have come to expect a certain level of movies, and they actually almost become bad fans because not every movie is going to have the greatest. Not every movie is going to be Endgame or Infinity War.
Yeah.
And they've got to build up. And I think also it's a little bit of Marvel and Disney for trying to continue milking the same cow. They had the perfect ending at Endgame.
They did, yeah.
And they would have set many records, but they want to keep milking the same cow. And I think that's the biggest problem when it comes to Marvel and any of these other companies. They want to keep milking the same cow, keep making money, and it's a matter of it. When they get these really highs, the fan base expects it to stay that high. It's never going to stay that high. It's like a roller coaster. It's going to go back down and come back up.
I really agree with that, and that goes back to the idea that ideas are getting very bland. And like once again, I understand like back in the 80s like it's just to try to get that spark to come up, but it seems like it's just become less present now. Now, piggybacking off that, I feel really bad. I feel like I'm on that train, but I have so much trust in Marvel. It's like, okay, I'm trusting that you'll make a decent movie, and now it's either just a hit or miss. Now, I haven't seen Fantastic Four, but the last hit that I believe it was definitely Thunderbolts. One of the better movies that I've seen after Endgame. However, I think we got to find another cow or find a different food source if we're going to get some better cinema. And yes, I think Peak is behind us, but I think we can find another one at some point.
The spark is definitely gone right now. I think they need to find that new spark. But speaking of sparks, I did happen to see Chris's board, and let's just say it's an electric hot take. So can you please take it off? Or take it off?
I think electric bikes need age restrictions or some type of license, kind of like mopeds, especially if they're over a certain speed. Because especially going around neighborhoods and stuff like that, especially in more affluent areas, they have a ton of electric bikes that ride in groups, and they don't. A lot of them are very young kids that don't know what they're doing on the road, and they many times have almost run into cars, have run into cars. They've been injured, killed. There have been lots of instances where people just aren't doing what they're supposed to do on the road, and it makes it more dangerous for them, makes it more dangerous for drivers, and it makes it just overall just a bad combination.
I'm sorry I'm laughing, dude. That was a good take. I'm just picturing you stepping out of your house in your affluent area, seeing a bunch of kids like having fun on electric bikes, being like, ugh, we should take these away. I don't know, like,
and then they crash into the car.
I can't lie, no.
Which makes sense.
Like, maybe your frontal lobe's developed and mine hasn't, but I disagree with this take, dude. I remember being like 14 years old and like riding electric bikes or even like a golf cart, four-wheelers.
I was electric scooter.
Anything where I could like motorize that I could drive was so much fun, and I was such a dumbass with it and stuff, and I really enjoyed it. I don't know.
The difference is how fast are they going?
How fast do electric bikes go?
They have some that go up to 20, 30 miles an hour.
That's fine.
That's why I
Live it up, bro. Live it up.
I agree with that take.
I disagree.
But that is a different one because I think I'm gonna say I agree with that because I do think there needs to be some age restriction. Because at that point, you have an age restriction. That's crazy. You have an age restriction for a license, and a license allows you to drive a motorcycle, right? Well, what is an electric bike? Essentially, it's just an electric motorcycle, just not as bulky.
It's like
right?
3 times slower.
So,
It's about a moped.
yeah, but like my question is, where does this line get drawn? Because you go from a bike to an electric bike to maybe a moped or scooter that's maybe a little bit bigger to an actual motorcycle.
It depends on the size of the engine of it, I believe.
Yeah, so that's where I'm wondering, like, what happened to the common general bike? Where
What happened to
you push off on a little wheel or like the little training wheels, and you just go off. Like, what happened to that? Now it's all these kids want these stupid little gimmicks and gadgets.
All these kids. Y'all forgot me 15.
You got an unk on the show, guys.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
So you're closer to 16 than you are, just close to 16 than you are to our age. Like we were just kids, dude. What do you mean?
Not about. My birthday's in 2 weeks, so I'm going with
right.
kids because
crazy.
I have the ability to do a lot more than they do, but they shouldn't have the ability to do electric bikes.
I think they should have. Well, actually, I mean, it's the same thing like a bike. I mean, parent supervision, I think, would just be the necessary thing. I don't think age restriction.
You shouldn't get to decide what happens in households. Right?
No, he doesn't decide. We decide. Chris and I
against.
Parent supervision, you could say the same thing about driving. Driving a moped, driving a car. To go over a certain speed, you'd have to have a certain powerful engine. And if it's over, and a lot of these bikes, and especially golf carts too, I think golf carts should not be driven by kids. They are legally... you have to have a driver's license to drive it on the road. And I think it's dumb that a lot of parents just let them drive because that can do a lot more damage than even an electric bike can. Because electric bikes don't hurt them more than anybody else. Golf cart can do a lot more damage to somebody else.
Can we
There's
clarify
a
real
Facebook
quick?
mom in my neighborhood that's a lot like you. She
we-
always got mad at us growing up and stuff.
Can we clarify one thing? What do you clarify by age of kid?
I'm going to say 13 and under.
Okay. If you set the age limit to 13, I would set it at 12. We're not that far apart. If 13 is just a drop.
Because I'm thinking somewhere around 13, maybe 14, but 14 seems a little high because I think that's when the time that you're starting to try and find your own way.
But I think also...
I would say about 13.
Well, if you also
You
look
can't
at
find
it...
your own way without an electric bike, man. Yeah.
Like, same thing when you're...
Gotta get that one wheel.
There are boating licenses for like...
Back in my day, we used to walk. Sorry.
There are like boating licenses that you can get at 14
2022.
in like South Carolina. So it's like you can do these different licenses that would be easier to get than a driver's license, but allow them to drive on the road versus a sidewalk. I think the electric bikes and golf carts are just causing a lot more harm to other people than they realize.
I don't know. As long as I don't have to wait in line with the DMV for that, I'll be okay.
Yeah, I respect the rationale, and I just think we see things differently and stuff. But I do disagree with the take. I will die on that hill.
I guess it's just something that kids love to do, but I do know something that kids love to eat, and that's candy. And that is what our next topic is about. So we're going into our next segment called the B list. You guys don't have to worry about writing anything yet. I'm going to go ahead and write my list down of my top 4 candies.
Okay.
And then you guys can disagree, say whatever you want. You can talk about candy right now if you want, because I got to write this down real quick.
Are we gonna rank your top 4 list? Like, are we gonna?
If you want to, you can
Are
rank
we
it.
gonna judge it?
When you drop it one at a time, can we rate it 1 to 5? Each candy you give us? Like we did that on the
Yeah.
fast food one. So it'd be like 1 means this candy sucks. 5 means this is the best candy.
Yeah, what we'll do is I'm going to give you my 4 through 1. So it's going to start at 4, and you're going to go up. And what I want you to do is just rate it, give a little quick explanation.
Oh, rate
like 1 sentence.
1 out of 10?
Just say, hey, let's say I pick Hershey bars, and you go, all right, it's a 3. It's just plain, not really creative. On to the next person. So very quick explanation, all right?
That'll be fast, because I guess this is like 12 points.
Well, yeah, it's going to be 12 points, but it's also because I think that first segment was like
Are
so
we
much
rating?
fun.
Yeah, that was a long segment. We rating 1 to 5, 1 to 4, 1 to 10.
1 to 4.
1 to 4 because
We're keeping it with Be For Real.
Yeah, there's the 4 and Be For Real.
So my number 4, Reese's Cups.
Oh.
That's my number 4. So go ahead, give your opinion.
Chocolate and peanut butter is the smartest, simple invention ever. That's my explanation.
I don't have a marker, but
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. There you go. We'll
the
go
marker
back.
doesn't work. I'm gonna give that a 3.
It's fair.
I'm not a big peanut butter person myself. I think Reese's chocolate and peanut butter is good. It's just, I don't think, especially for a lot of people that have peanut butter allergies, they can't eat it.
Screw 'em.
Survival of the fittest. That's right.
I would put that for myself. I'm not a huge fan of peanut butter and chocolate together. Just was one messy mess. But I do respect the call.
Well, 1's the worst, 4 is the best, by the way.
I thought we were rating
We
one.
are going by that.
I thought we were going 1 being the worst and 4 being
No,
the worst.
it's
1's
not
the
a
worst,
ranking.
4's the best.
Are we blind ranking your
what?
ranking, or are we?
Yeah, we're going to go with that now.
Oh, that's
Blind
actually
rank.
better. I like that. I like the blind ranking idea better.
So let's blind rank it. Let's throw this in and blind rank
I'm
it.
gonna put Reese's Cups at 2.
You guys are going 1 through 4.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Which one's the best again?
I should have just gave you. You know what? I'm going to do that for the next 3. List
gonna
out.
do a
We're
way
going
better
to
idea.
shake this all up. List out 1 through 4 on your whiteboards. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to give you my candy. Now you already know my Reese's Cup is at 4.
Okay.
All right.
Reese's Cup.
The question is, do you guys want me to just give you random candy I have in my list, not in order, and you have to blind rank it
Yes.
and how I would perceive it?
No. Just how we would do it. Let's
Okay,
blind
cool.
rank our own.
Then we'll go back in order.
Y'all just inadvertently made this segment better. Thank you.
Cool.
This is nice.
So where would you put Reese's Cups in your blind ranking?
1 being the best?
This is according to you, yeah. 1's
Yeah,
the
one being
best, 4 is the worst.
Sorry about that.
I'm going to put Reese's Cups at 3.
At 3? All right. So 3, you have it at 2, you have it at 4. So that means that it's the worst, right? Just want to make sure, Mike. Okay. Now my number 3, I just want to make sure we're all on the same page because we're like switching around. Audience, if you're not, if you don't make any sense, we don't have anything.
Oh, that is fire.
I'm going Starburst. Starburst at 3.
All right.
That's a hit, man. That's a hit. Oh man, I don't. Are you gonna? You gotta be honest with me. Are you gonna pull out some fire like later?
This is his top 4.
I'm not going to tell you guys anything.
Right,
This is my personal top 4.
I
And you guys
also-
will
All right, I
probably
think-
not agree with this.
I'm also putting Starburst at 3, but I'm scared because I think he's gonna have 1 dud. I think Starburst is a very average candy. If it's given to me, I'll eat it and enjoy it. I think it's a 6 out of 10 candy, but I love candy and I would love Starburst. But if I'm at a gas station, I never get Starburst. If there's all the options, but if there's like a little, like if it's given to me, I'm happy.
Yeah, actually.
I honestly think my next one's going to be the dud that you all think is.
Okay, I thought you had.
Because I like it, I love it, but I don't know if you guys will.
It's
Just
like
'cause
it's like 50-50 among people.
correct.
Milk
Okay.
duds. I'm calling milk
Well,
duds
I-
right now.
Star at 3.
I put it at 2. I think
2.
it's one of my favorite candies to eat. Yes, it's not the best thing ever, but it definitely helps out.
I put Starburst at 4 and Reese's Cups after Reese's Cups at 3. Because Starburst, they're just, when they have candy like that you get at Halloween, I think Starburst is one of the cheap candies that they just throw in with everything. It's a lot of them doesn't have a whole lot of flavor. Sometimes they're not the greatest flavor, and they just not one of my favorites.
You're gonna say watermelon Sour Patch Kids?
No.
I guess. Okay.
That's not it.
Go.
Going back to the chocolate, we're going Milky Way.
Milky Way. Oh, there we go. I knew it. That's
that
4.
is-
I love me. Now, I was being 2 because I have an honorable mention.
Actually, that's not bad.
I like Milky
It's
Way.
not bad, but that's 4.
I think
I have an honorable mention, and my honorable mention right now would have been Twix, because I really enjoy Twix.
No.
But I like Milky Way better just because I like the caramel. I would have won Three Musketeers. That was another one I was thinking about. But it's just, I'm trying to think of a candy that I would eat like 2 of. Not saying I'm going to just like gouge out and like, eat everything. But if I were to eat multiple of this in a row, would I still like it? And I think Milky Way is up there for me, especially because of the chocolate. It's just a little bit more flavor. It's a little bit better.
Depends on what type of Milky Way.
Milky
There's
Way
different types of Milky Ways.
Right now, I only like
caramel one.
it's the regular one with caramel.
Okay.
Caramel.
There are some with like I think they have some that have different flavors and stuff like that.
Yeah, because they also have the Dark Knight, which is when it comes out to or Midnight Milky Way, which is for Halloween when they have like the silver wrapper and the purple.
I will say the only reason I put them 4 is because I only like one kind of Milky Way, and that's the caramel one. And I would say that's on the
That's
same
the one
tier.
I have.
I would say that's on the same tier as Starburst. It's a 6 out of 10 candy that's perfectly fine. All the other ones I can't even have. So I will put that 4. That's a
All right,
tiebreaker.
I'm gonna put it 3. It's really just filling in spots at this point, but I think he's coming in with a banger number 1. But Milky Way, I'd pop one in, but we'll see what he's got.
We all got number 1 open. Here we go. We got some grass is greener mentalities here, y'all.
It better be a
In
fire.
the general public,
better not
I
be
think this is a very top candy.
Okay.
For me, who loves a little bit of sour,
Sorry.
Oh, wait, no.
This is mine.
No.
I'm going sour Skittles. I'm going sour Skittles. By far one of my favorite that I can never get enough of. I absolutely love it.
Oh,
Crush this man.
I should have put Starburst at 1. That hurt.
I love sour Skittles, and I said I would eat multiple. Yes, you might have the pain of sour, but it's the deliciousness of the Skittles
doesn't sour
that loves me.
Skittles.
Yeah. I love it right now. I just had them before the show. So I have sour Skittles, so I'm going to repeat mine, and then I want to see what you're. Well, actually, let's go real quick. You said no. You said yes. Chris, you were silent, so I don't know what the idea is here.
I had to put sour Skittles 1. Not a fan of sour Skittles. I'm not even a big fan of Skittles anyway.
Ooh. Me either. Sour's the best one to me.
I think regular Skittles are better than sour Skittles.
That's fair.
Not even that big a fan of sour Skittles. I think when I go to candy, I look for chocolate. Chocolate or something like that. I don't really look for sour.
Reese's Cups would have been my number 1, but this is a strong number 1 too. Like this list is very close to perfect. I think this list describes how I view candy very well. I would have a fruity sour candy first. Red Head Reese's Cups. It's just not sour Skittles. But this is a very close list for me.
We're actually very close. We just flipped 2 and 4.
I think I just bumped this up. I mean, like basically put sour Skittles at the bottom. If I want something fruity or like something like that, I go for a Starburst and like hard. It's like to get in my teeth. I've not been a Skittles fan day one. I go M&Ms all the way. I fully respect your opinion, but I definitely take a Starburst over Skittles any other day of the week.
I was not expecting you to go sour Skittles. The direction you were trending, I thought you went from like something from a little bit peanut butter, chocolate, or then fruity, then chocolate. Then I thought you were going to go something like cookies and cream.
I thought he might
See,
go.
the other one I was going with was Sour Airheads Extreme, because I love those. Yeah. But I don't think they're enough.
That would have been number 1.
I like those. I don't think, to me, I have to go with the original, which is the original sour candy I always used to eat with sour Skittles. And I just always have a love for them.
I like Snickers bars a lot.
That would have been number 1. I wasn't. It has to be a certain way. Like Snickers is under the same realm as Milky Way for me, and same realm as like similar to a Twix to an extent, or Three Musketeers. I just like the Milky Way the best. But I know they have actually different like ingredients. But in my realm, that's like all where they all look like Milky Way, Three Musketeers, and what'd you say, Snickers are kind of the same. So yeah, mine are Sour Skittles 1, Milky Way 2, Starburst 3, and Reese's Cup 4. Had decent agreement between all of us. I was kind of shocked.
I'm not a fan of what my list turned out to be anyway.
What would you put as your number 1 out of those 4?
Milky Way.
Milky Way? Okay.
Sour Skittles would have been the bottom.
What about, you said Reese's? Starburst. You said Starburst. Starburst would be number 1, and then you said Reese's Cup. Okay. So we all actually had the different Milky Way. Oh, that's actually, I didn't realize that. Okay, cool.
Glad we're keeping it real.
As usual, I'm on top. That was why the 1.
As usual, he's on top.
That's what it is. So we're going to go with the next topic. We're switching up a little bit. This is going to be something very similar to Let's Be Real. It's one that I've done many times before. It's called For the Love of Clemson. And in this one, I want you guys to give me something you would like to change about Clemson. I will go first. I want to keep this a little shorter because I know we're running a little long on this, and we only have one other topic after this. So I'll give you my quick explanation. If you guys want to react, you can. If not, we're just going to move on to the next one, all right?
Well, I have to step back for this one.
So for the love of Clemson, can we please stop putting new construction things everywhere?
Yes.
I've done.
It means your third time doing this.
I don't care. Every time they do a new
construction, parking, and fast food places.
Every time they put a new building up, I will bring this take back to the desk because this is ridiculous. We have construction everywhere. This is a beautiful campus that should not have so much construction. They sell us on the pond, and the pond took 8 months to fill.
And they're gonna take it out by December too.
Yeah, it's like it makes no sense to me. I get you're trying to improve, you're trying to look better, but we're broke. We don't look great, and we sell it on looks. And honestly, we also sell our football team, and right now, nothing is coming through. We're 0 for 4. So please, for the love of Clemson, can we stop putting construction for like just 1 year while I'm here at college so I can actually observe the beauty of this campus?
I get what you're saying. I'm actually disagree with you. I think construction is good because it means we're continuing to grow, continue to have more money come in, more donations coming in. If we become stagnant, then Clemson, look at other schools that have closed. They don't do any construction because they're stagnant.
Just wait till we're gone and then grow again.
It's like the quote of like, if you're not moving forward, then you're falling behind.
Another national championship with that.
Exactly.
And I think it means that more money is coming in to the university, more people are coming, and it just means more recognition for Clemson, which means more everything's going to be better for the most part.
I have nothing to say. We're good. We're 36 minutes in. You know?
No worries.
Yeah.
All right.
In the spirit of saying something that y'all might not have much to say about, but I want to say, I'll keep this one going. This might be pretty short, I would hope. But for the love of Clemson, SLED needs to calm down with MIPs and stuff. Downtown, the police department, they love handing them out. And if they just focus on intoxicated driving, focus on fighting public intoxication, focus on people pissing outside, focus on people taking advantage of other people, focus on those things, make sure people get home safe, don't get on the road if they're intoxicated, do that and make sure they're not harmful to other people physically in society. That's what you should focus on first, okay? This obsession with handing out MIPs, I've never gotten one, everyone I know has, and I think the obsession with giving out MIPs is too much. That is an issue, obviously, if you're the police department, you do need to keep that in check. To an extent, I don't want 16-year-olds being able to go to any bar and stuff. I don't necessarily need underage people filling a bar, but it's just too high of a priority than it should be on this campus and on a lot of college campuses.
I like it.
Well, I've definitely seen a lot from this Clemson football team this season. So I guess for the love that's Clemson, stop running Christopher Vizinha right down the frickin' middle. Thank you.
I would not disagree with that.
No one's going to disagree.
No one's going to disagree with that. He's trying to play him like Josh Allen, and he runs like freaking Sam Darnold. So
We don't have Lamar Jackson's quarterback.
No, we don't, sadly. Man, we'd love a quarterback. But Chris, do you have anything to add?
Not
love
for
of
that.
Clemson?
Oh, for the overall topic, for the love of Clemson, it's pretty common, parking.
There's one in all. Every time we do this segment, there's someone that says parking.
Love, taxes, and some student complaining about parking here at Clemson. That is what will always be constant, and I agree with you because I brought it up like 4 times.
Wait, can I have one more? Please,
Go ahead.
For the love of Clemson, quit using my tuition money for flyovers.
That is true. I didn't know that, actually.
Well, I thought that's what my tuition. No, well,
They use it for stadium lights at night. They just light up the stadium at night every night, and I'm like, I get it, security, so like people don't jump in. But that's what I noticed like my first week here. I was like, all my money is just going to powering the electric in that stadium.
Actually, I think a lot of that money might come from not come from just the university. It comes from a lot from the football because they actually have different.
Oh, because football has like a budget, like an electric budget, or like
Not just that, but like the money that they get, like university doesn't spend any money on the football team. Football makes their own money a lot of the time.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, our
This
tuition
is a revenue sport.
Our tuition is not going to football. We're not really impacting that much right
I
now.
thought we did. I thought there was like an athletic fee in there.
There's like a small athletic fee, but it's nothing compared to the overall tuition.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that was quick. I was excited because that was like 3 minutes. I'm also waiting because the Wizards start in like a minute to 10 minutes. So I'm excited.
So hungry.
But we're going on to the last topic. Last topic is called Real Decisions. It is where I give you, it's only going to be one. It's going to be one topic, one question. I want you guys to pick a side, obviously, make the decision, and just give a quick explanation as to why. So the question for you guys to answer, would you rather live in space or under the ocean? Or in the ocean, I guess, is technically.
In the ocean.
I guess it'd be under the water. I was like, that's weird.
Under the ocean is lava and rock.
My bad.
I'd rather live in space because when I'm in the ocean, I'm always intimidated by what's at my, feet, ankles, balls, all that area and stuff.
But if you're
when I
coming-
look up at space, it looks really cool. So for the scenic purposes, I feel like the ocean would be like fascinating, but also like really gross and weird and dark. Space would be really, really cool to see. But I don't have any intelligent answer. If anyone brings up good points, I'll flip pretty quickly.
I don't know. I feel like I'm on the fence with that. I agree that whatever's down there could scare the ever-loving crap out of me. But in space, there's literally nothing. So it's like either you're staring at the sun or you're staring at the world as you're floating around. There's no food accessible. Like under the sea, there's food accessible. You could actually eat those weird things. There's meat in there somewhere.
Can I bring my friends? Am I alone? Can I bring my friends?
You can
Can
travel.
you pull up with me to
Your
space?
friends can travel to you, but you can't.
Oh
live
no,
with
that's in
you.
the ocean. In the ocean, I feel like I'd go crazy, and that's like solitary confinement.
No. They can, it's the same. I'm going to put it this way because this is hypothetical. Because who else is actually going to live like this for years, hundreds of years?
For yourself.
Right now, I'm going to tell you, it will take the same amount of time to get you to the ocean as it will to the space.
No, I'd rather be in the ocean just because like I want to see other living things, dude. Like I feel like if I'm in space, that's like solitary confinement. I feel like
You can bring them over as much as you want. They just can't live with you.
I don't know. It's either see stuff you don't want to or see nothing.
I'd rather see stuff I don't want to see nothing. Yeah.
You want to see
I think I would too.
shooting stars?
Yeah, I don't know.
Shooting
I don't
cars
want
in
to get
Chicago.
hit by a shooting star.
That's true. That happens all the time to people that live in space.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Chris?
I'm gonna say ocean because just practicality of survivability. When you talk about it, you can't produce oxygen in space, so if over a longevity of time, you're gonna run out of oxygen. Ocean, fish are able to produce oxygen, and you can find ways. And while it's not a current technology, I'm sure if you had to, you could find technology to live and create oxygen.
How dare you think that I would go to space without having this accounted for? I feel like I'm not gonna just go with
There
like
you
one
insult his
oxygen tank.
intelligence.
Yeah,
Now it's like his preparation.
In this hypothetical, we figured all that out. Okay, there's no practicality of survivability. You're making it the entire time.
You're thinking he's Drax.
Exactly.
Nothing goes over my head.
I'm surviving either way.
See, I'm between the two because I'm not a big fan of what's in the ocean. I'm actually very scared of what's in the ocean
Salt,
because
animals, and water.
yeah. Primarily for me, it's sharks. Like out of nowhere, you just see them out of the depth, and they just come up and grab you. Which, obviously, it's proven not, but it's always a fear of mine.
Jaws, one of
But
the best movies of all time.
Space would be so cool with the views. I'm between it so easily that like, I wrote ocean.
Here, give it one more moment to think about it. I go ocean here, and I think, like we were talking about, I'd rather see stuff that I don't want to than see nothing at all. And I got pretty good sushi bar down there, so I think we're set.
I also think that if you're talking about, where are you talking about in space? Is it anywhere in space or only like around the moon and stuff like that?
Like on a
It's
space
almost
station?
as if you're like kind of on like a space station, for example.
Well, we already know more about the moon
I
than we
wouldn't
do
wanna
about our
eat,
own
like,
ocean.
The dried food or whatever they
So
have in space.
So like we don't know a whole lot about our own ocean. So there's actually more. If you can go to anywhere in the ocean, you'd be able to explore stuff that hasn't been seen before versus the moon, which we know more about the moon than we do about, like, for example, the Mariana Trench.
We haven't explored like 95% of the ocean.
Yeah, but like, I'm trying to think like if I had a house down at the bottom of the ocean, I would feel
don't know
more
where
scared
that
because
bottom
it's so dark. It's like pitch
again,
black.
like, so
Essentially,
You
you're
have
seeing
lights
nothing.
down there.
You're
you have lights down there. It's dark when it gets dark outside. You turn the lights.
But you also
on
got to think
your
you're
house.
lonely in
Well,
both
no,
places.
He makes a point though, because he is deep.
You're deep. Like,
Yeah, but
There
lights
is,
still.
it is
but
all
you're,
black
you're
up.
lights
I don't
still
think you're
work.
realizing you're alone in both instances.
You're right. I wouldn't see the stuff around me.
That's what I'm saying. Not that like you won't see it. You're gonna have lights out in space. You're gonna have lights in the ocean. You're gonna be alone.
I flipped again.
Both things are the exact same. And the fact that you can bring friends over, they can't spend the night. That's where it is. That's what I'm saying right now. You can only every night you go to sleep alone, lonely in your bed. That's how it's gonna be. It sounds depressing, but that's what it is. And so that's where we're living. Does that change your mind at all when you're going in there?
It depends.
No.
Are we excluding the fact that are we going to have artificial gravity?
This is a hypothetical where you can have gravity.
We're gonna turn it off. Can you turn it off?
You have unlimited food, unlimited oxygen, no matter where you go, and you have gravity that you can turn on, can turn off, just like anywhere
Put
else.
me in space, dude. Yeah, put me in space.
Because I'm flipped to myself. I went ocean, but I'm going to go space. Space is my final answer because I don't think I'd be as scared to be in space. Maybe the effects of space might be scary, but how will I know what the effects are if I never come back down to Earth?
If you stand on nothing, you fall for anything, and that's me on this segment.
But if you stand in space, you don't move at all. So
True.
that's right.
I'm probably gonna.
That was a really good quote.
I'm
Though.
probably gonna stay with ocean just because you can explore more. If it's all technology available, we can explore more stuff than we haven't seen before.
Free sushi bar.
Free sushi bar. Well, that's all the time for us. So if you want to explore more about this show, go ahead and check it out on the YouTube channel. But as for us here in the studio, I'm your host, Brian. Caden, thank you for joining us. Michael, thank you for joining us. Chris, thank you for joining us. It was a great debut for all the newbies and a great returning for Caden. So thank you all for sticking around. Like I said, explore more of our content on the YouTube channel that this show was on. Till next time, have a great time, guys. Every new